drawing, sculpturing, decorating, arts and crafts, textile and felt processing, hunting, falconry, smithworks and jewelry. We showcase our national identity in the KazArt program.
Here's one of my last compositions. I work with oil and acrylic to show my own technique. It's convenient for me to work using a mixture of acrylic and oil, as acrylic dries quick and oil gives a good effect. If you have a look at my composition, probably you will see kobuz, but I am drawing the key. There can be different keys, as the key of the paradise, the key of love, and the key that we use in our daily life. A young artist who has not finished yet his composition tries to show that discovers man's soul. The idea that he mentioned here is every door of the world opens with this key that he depicted. It seemed from the first sight the composition creates a question to the art viewers. Every person could understand the composition in their own way. It can be analyzed by each of them. Today our program is dedicated to the young artist Arshyn Kabylbek, who has a good aspiration and creates singular compositions in art. As an artist, I can say that Arshyn's work is unique. Unique in shade, color, drawing, and a vision for anatomical structures. I tried to pick up from him the things he was good at while we were still at the art school. Sometimes he told us some secrets of his work and we soaked them up for the future. We studied together in one workshop. During the study, I recognized Arshyn from different sides. I can say he is able to work in all directions of the art and knows all the techniques of art. Arshyn found his own signature as a professional artist. Arshyn's recent compositions are different. They are drawn in a modern direction. One of them is his composition named Traveling. Arshyn depicted there the tradition and customs of the Kazakh people and the hunting art as well. The composition is drawn not only in the realism direction, he made his own contribution and depicted it in another way. Here we are able to see relations between the hawker and the nature. Arshyn Kabylbek was born in 1989 in the village of the Kazakh Ili province in China, the district Shapshal. In 2006 he graduated from the Art College in China, and in 2011 the Kazakh Zhurgenov Art Academy. He is a student of the famous artist, professor, honored worker of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Zhumakin Kayrambayev. Arshyn practices knowledge and talent in the workshop of Zhumakin Kayrambayev. The reason why I paid attention to Arshyn, the majority of young people are not able to explain something correctly in the Kazakh language. While he is fluently speaking in Kazakh, during the conversations you will be able to feel yourself in the countryside. He could exactly express his thoughts, familiar with the nature of the rural life and the Kazakh lifestyle. He feels the colors and tries to recreate them as closely as possible. He focuses on drawing out the details of the smallest nuances. The young artist depicts different themes in the art. His creative thoughts are rich. Nowadays, young artists are not strong enough in their creativity, while Arshyn is always in researching way of the art. He prefers to draw his compositions in a different style. The artists who receive knowledge and practice their skills in the workshop of the well-known artist, as Zhumakin Kayrambayev, achieved his own signature in the Kazakh pictorial art. They brought a new level to the Kazakh fine art. It is impossible to be a teacher for every artist. First of all, to teach an art man, one should have the teaching ability, and secondly, he should have his own pedagogical method. The achievements of the students show the hard work of their teacher. When I studied at the Academy of Art, I mastered all secrets of art there, but I dreamed to be a professional artist. I thought a real professional artist should have the skill in painting to draw objects without any changes. Time puts everything in the right order. Growing up, I changed my views. After I graduated from this academy, I understood all secrets of the arts. A master and creativity are two different things. You should feel with your heart, since then I started clearly understanding the creations. Why is that? Starting in the ancient ages, people used pictures to communicate in order to maintain relationships. The freedom of expression is crucial in art. Your imagination can take you as far as only it can do. Laymen think that the artist can do anything, and it is partially true. You are your own director, operator, and actor. You're the master of your mind.
Осы соңғы жасаған көрмесінде де мен көп нәрседен енді көп бір қойғанын көргенім ғой енді. Оның ішінде бұл эксперимент дейміз жаңа.
The young artist exhibited a lot of compositions at his last exhibition. There were also many experiments. He can tie a thread to one picture, and another composition can be singular with thick paint where he depicts flowers. The artist periodically conducts such experiments up to 40 years. It's like climbing to the pyramids. They will achieve the results of their works in their 40s. I'm telling you from my own experience. Then they finish the experiments and start to draw big painting and art compositions. I have great hopes for them. I tell them they should not stop in their searching way. If they have ideas, they will never stop, as ideas give them work.
Тоқтап қалмау, идеяны азайтып алмау. Неғұрлым идея көп болса, бұлар еш уақытта тоқтап қалмайды. Өйткені жаңа идеялар маза бермейді де бұларға.
One of the main parts of pictorial art is color. An artist can convey through the color his feelings, mood, joys, and sorrow. The color can also be symbolic, and the artist can convey his feelings by transforming it.
Kabylbek Arshyn, жалпы мен білетін ол Kabylbek Arshyn, ол жалпы эмоционалдық сезімдерге берілгіш азамат ол. Оның мысалға
Kabylbek Arshyn is a person who can completely fall for the power of emotions. I saw his works in a classical direction, executed with subtle emotional excitement. His recent abstraction research shows his inner state, and it can be seen through his compositions.
Күйбең өмірдегі, бұлай ішіндегі жан дүниедегі бұлай ашық айта алмайтын болмыстарын ол бұлай картинасы арқылы көрсеткісі келеді. Мен соны байқаймын.
Arshyn Kabylbek studied at the university together with our hero. He shared with us his friend's work as an artist in the workshop.
Жалпы Аршынның картинасына қарап, соңғы жұмыстарына қарап тоқталған кезде, мен Аршынның өзін көрем және оны жақыннан тани бастаймын.
In general, considering the recent work of Arshyn closely, I can see his thoughts and started to understand him closely. When I saw those pictures, I understood the principles of life. It is known that the composition of artwork is affected by multiple external factors and schools of thought. Arshyn's works are divided by the scale and space and colors he uses.
Әрбір керек емес нәрселердің барлығын өзінің сондай эмоциясымен кестін бұлай.
Naturally, different ideas are conveyed through different colors. That's why every shape of paints on a canvas has a clear idea to it. None of them are picked at random, but rather represent a deep-seated logic foreseen by the author. I created most of my compositions in the realism direction as I could express my thought. They are different, and you have to pay more attention to the freedom of the thought. The freedom is overwhelming. While in realism it can be overwhelming too, you're still limited to the most direct and concise ways of expressing them. One day I was working and my paints were dripping. Then a variety of natural paints splashed. I looked at them and changed some of the work, and at first sight, these splashed paints turned into a picture. So I looked at them and decided to change my composition. I mixed acrylics and oils. As a result of my search, I found my signature today. Arshyn has braveness in his character. We are telling about it as the artist tried to depict his compositions in a different style of art. Probably owing to his experiments, he achieved his signature in the pictorial art today. An artist is great in thoughtful compositions. He aims to create art that won't perish, and that's why he puts his heart into the work on the canvas. In some aspects, an artist can be compared to a composer. Each of them has an inner tune to their work, and the sensitive observer can hear that tune and understand the life, feelings, and love behind the story on the canvas. All artworks Arshyn demonstrated his mindset and thoughts to life. They're depicted professionally. He exhibited his solo exhibition in the theme Punctuation Marks. All works of the artist were displayed there. He directed the search of answers to the questions from his compositions. In general, the title of the exhibition, without any doubt, raised an interest from his art viewers. The theme of my recent works relate to the soul of human, as since childhood I was interested in unclear things. For example, the birth of a person, the death. Every person has his own destiny, as I dedicated some of my works to this theme.
Тағдыры болады, сол тағдыр деген сияқты соңында да кейбір жұмыстарында тағдыр, соңғы жұмыстарында сосын ат қою, тақырып қою кезде тыныс белгі, леп белгі деген сияқты өзіміздің тыныс белгілер арқылы да белгілеп қойып жүрміз. Сұрақ деп, мысалы. Өйткен себебім ол біріншіден тілге бөлінбейді. Әрі қандай халық көрсетеді оны бірден.
When I come to the title, I've recently finished my work and signed them. The reason was all nationalities of people can see the punctuation marks, and you will be able to understand them. It's not easy to describe the composition, as you should see, then feel it with your heart. That's why I've chosen this title through my own feelings.
Бітуіне байланысты өзім іштегі жаңағы ойлаған сезім арқылы сол мақсатта қойып жүрмін. Мынау жеке көрмеңіз жақында өткен болатын. Ол жерде сұрақ деп көрменің атын солай қойған болатын. Ол жерде біріншіден бұл менің алғаш.
I exhibited my first compositions this spring. The exhibition was titled Question. As it was my first solo exhibition, there are many things which are still unclear to me. I'm trying to find answers to them. In general, many things are unclear for the human. Because I was constantly on the search, I decided to title the exhibition as Question. There are a lot of things that we have to see and learn as well. Through the painting art, I would like to show in my compositions my inner state, the feelings, and I depicted them with colors on the canvas. Therefore, the purpose of the title of my exhibition was named as Question.
Шығару мақсатында, сондықтан да жеке көрмемде сол сұрақ деп қойған болатын.
An artist is looking for answers to a number of questions about the essence of human existence, the purposes of life, the freedom of the soul, the changes in society, and the truth of life.
Бояу жағына келетін болсақ, көбінде мен күрделі бояу дейді ғой, сложный сондай күрделі бояуларға
Recently, I started to pay attention to complex colors. Because I've chosen difficult themes, perhaps they are connected with my fate. That's why complex colors found harmony in my works. There are bright and light colors, but I also mix them. At the same time, I set a goal, paint on the canvas complex colors and add light paints. where I can achieve interaction and harmony of complex and light colors of paint.
Яркий бояуды алған күннің өзінде оның оғанда да сол жаңағы күрделі бояулар араласып кетіп жатады. Мысалы күрделі бояулар жағып жіберіп барып үстінен бір таза түстерді қойып жіберіп, күрделі мен жаңағы таза түстерді біріне бірі сәйкестіру. Бояулардың негізі көп қою араластырып жағып акрилден масланды қосып
Why do I mix oil and acrylic? As there is texture, what gives a different thoughts to the person, and these thoughts bother us, and therefore I especially spilling the paints on the canvas to give them freedom of flow. The main foundation is the academic direction, and we already passed this school of art.
Бірақ бәрібір де анау негізгі фундамент өзіміздің академиялық бағыт дейді, оны ол мектептен де оқып өттік қой енді.
Kabylbek Arshyn өзінің шығармашылық жолын ең алғаш реалистік тұрғыдан бастап, бағыттан бастап, академизмнің толық заңдылықтарын
Arshyn is undoubtedly one of the most talented young artists in the country. He started his work in the classical academic direction, which is close to realism, did not understand abstractionism and was against it. Later he got familiar as the abstractionism will have to impact pictorial art and help to change his view in art. We can see his different compositions as Barnyard, Bread, Longing, Arshi, The Wolf, and he has works that are titled as punctuation marks, and you can see them as well.
Тыныс белгілері атауларымен шектелген шығармашылық жұмыстарында көруге болады.
An art barnyard is closely connected with the place where he was born and devoted to the artist's parents' house, full of love and nostalgia. In a small village where the Kazakhs lived compactly, everyone had a place for cattle. Kabylbek Arshyn showed a strong brickwork. The artist compares himself with one of these bricks, which found his own place in life and found unity in people, their traditions and culture. Owing to the colors, the artist opened the meaning of the composition. I use oil paintings and acrylic in my painting technique. I start with acrylic most of the time, then I finish my work with the oil paintings. I work with a palette knife. My technique is difficult. I think there is no reason to tell about it, but my works consist from several layers of colors. When I work in this way, it can be noticed at the edge of the composition in the bright light. The colors are very important in my works. Of course, there is a composition, but I think the most important in the art is the colors combination of your feelings, what you show in your works. First of all, I want to talk about the amazing philosophical composition, Arshi. It is associated with the ancient custom of the Kazakh people. When our ancestors left their house, they left a motley thread in front of the yurt threshold, and no one entered this house without a master. The thread served as a kind of lock. Keeping and respecting the traditions, the Kazakhs were honest and did not fear to trust each other. Artist's motley thread hung in the air, giving the work a universal scale, and thus invited everyone to adhere to this beautiful tradition, trust and friendship in the Kazakh world of view.
Алда мысалы жоспарлар өте көп. Мысалы өзім қазір соңғы кезде мынау размерді кішкене үлкен деп алып мынау өзімнің тапқан жолымда.
I have a lot of plans for the future. I am working and searching. That's why I would like to change the size of my compositions to 3 to 4 meters, then realize my own ideas. My goals are to depict my compositions on a large canvas. I grew to appreciate spiritual wealth higher than the materialistic wealth. I knew that I wanted to show people it in color, convey feelings and stir thoughts when I joined the arts.
Іштегені бір емін-еркін бір қорықпай салғым келеді. Мақсаттарым сол енді үлкен-үлкен кенептерде жұмыс жасағым келіп тұр.
Today's young artists are the future of the Kazakh painting art. The next big achievement in this field we are waiting for from these young people. The great inspiration of art creativity belong to the young artist. An enthusiasm, hard work, passion for the new, hard work and dedication to innovation in the art will lead Arshyn and his colleagues to new heights and a new level of Kazakh art. Fine arts are not the power of logic, but rather the strength of the spirit and the wealth of your soul. Arshyn knew this principle before he decided to dedicate his life to it.